My name is Nilu De Silva, and I serve as a senior product marketing lead at Amazon. And I'm so thrilled to be here. Thank you so much for having me. And I will be talking to you a little bit about how we scale growth the Amazon way. My role really entails looking at data and identifying white space, so essentially growth opportunities, and launching net new businesses and or teams at Amazon. So at Amazon, we like to say that failure and invention are inseparable twins. We stay crisp and relentless on the vision of the problem that we're solving for our customers, but flexible on the details. Because if you already know an idea will work, it's not an experimentation. And only through experimentation can you unlock true invention. And that mindset is at the heart of our approach for growth. So I will walk you through some frameworks and a couple of case studies for businesses that I am leading or have led. So let's start with our foundation of how we think about growth, our growth philosophy. You've probably heard a lot of Amazonians talk about day one culture, working backwards, the PRFAQ process, 16-page narratives, 16 leadership principles. I mean, we have fun at Amazon too, just like Francesca and her team. We just have to stick to all these mechanisms. And these aren't buzzwords at Amazon. It really helps us bring clarity and get us closer to solving real customer problems. Our first principle is customer obsession. We work backwards from the customer's need, sometimes even ones they don't yet realize they have, and build from there. Second, we balance brand equity and short-term growth. Even as a household name, customer feedback showed us the importance of humanizing our brand. Innovation and speed aren't enough unless people also feel a connection that's genuine. And we know that especially the Gen Z and Gen Alphas, who we are all trying to target and acquire, this really, truly does matter. And third, we scale through mechanisms and relentless iteration. So it's really building sustainable engines that last. But philosophy only matters if you can put it into practice. So how do we operationalize it? We follow a powerful 5-step framework. Step 1 and 2 is, of course, starting with customer insights and validating it with data. We have a very intricate process of how and what kind of data we look at for our customers. And as you know, it's proprietary, so we really dig deep into the insights. And once we validate it, we of course experiment fast, which allows us to learn and understand what is working so we can scale these winning ideas. And the 5th step is build long-term growth engines. So this really means having a lot of patience, because a lot of businesses that we start do not actually aren't actually successful or profitable in the first couple of years. But at Amazon, we really practice patience, because that's how we really get to that winning idea. However, growth is only sustainable if it bridges brand and performance. A great example of this framework in action is our first ever accessibility campaign for Amazon devices. As a neurodivergent marketer, this campaign is very close to my heart as well. By analyzing thousands of customer service questions, voice of customer panels, reviews, and feature usage data, what we learned was that customers are often confused about how to use our devices together. So cross-devices usage and adoption was low. At the same time, one theme kept surfacing. Customers were confused about how to find and use our accessibility features. So during this time, we also recognized both a cultural shift and a responsibility to lead. 1 in 6 people worldwide lived with a disability. That's about nearly 2 billion people. So that is not a niche audience. That's a community we have a responsibility to serve. And that also means most of our customers either know someone with a disability or are a caretaker themselves. So this isn't just a solution for a small group, it's a solution for all our customers. So we built a campaign really trying to humanize the Amazon brand because we featured customers and employees that use our devices to live more independently every day. And that's really what this campaign was about. So we can
Quick cuts of Amazon.
Alexa, open the blinds.
Opening the blinds.
Alexa, close the blinds.
Let me try to see if I can go back because I wanted to show the main anthem video as well.
Alexa, open the blinds.
How do I do this? Sorry. Is there a reason why it's...
Alexa, open the blinds.
So the anthem video is not playing.
Alexa, what am I holding?
Let's see. It looks like cream of mushroom condensed soup.
I said condensed milk.
I'll be right back.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. You can go on Amazon and find all the videos. We created multiple versions of videos featuring all of our devices, really addressing various different use cases. And once this campaign launched, we had about 49% lift in brand perception and trust across global markets. And we did produce over 15 or 20 videos actually, and so the idea was that through predictive technology, we would serve the right piece of content based on customer behavior. Their browsing habits, reviews, searches, all of those were factored in. And so the closer we matched their journey, the faster we could show them which device makes sense and how to use it. And so we were really going to be part of the solution that they're looking for. And it also helped us get better data to understand our customers more and more so we can develop the right features in the future. So this showed us that designing and communicating for accessibility is not only the right thing, it's also really a powerful growth engine and driver for the entire business and organization. Next, I'll talk a little bit about how we scale globally.
Alexa.
Sorry. Okay. Clearly, I have issues with this. Okay, so this is really where our day one mindset comes up. I'm sure many of you have heard Amazon's day one culture, so much so that a lot of other individuals and organizations have now adopted this as well. And this is really because we know it works. And we also know how difficult it is to launch and scale in different markets. Every market has its own regulations, customer needs, cultural contexts, and so the only way to succeed is with the right mechanisms. One of the most important at Amazon is the single-threaded ownership. So one accountable leader driving an initiative from end to end. So that creates clarity, speed, and accountability. So I saw this firsthand leading the accessibility campaign, bringing together devices teams, UX, creative, product, leadership, accessibility experts to ensure that we had a consistent global launch. But ownership at Amazon goes deeper than that. Every person is expected to act like an owner. That's not my job is a sentence that doesn't exist in our culture. And that mindset is what extends us to develop solutions for our sellers and small businesses as well. We realize that these are also our customers. So now we'll take a look at another case study.
To all the homegrown businesses who've grown out of their homes. To all the companies who don't need help selling 50 million, but could use a little help shipping it. And to all the brands who aren't sold on selling online. Here, there's room to grow. Ways to move. and so many reasons to believe that your brand can do more. Grow, ship, sell, and thrive with Amazon.
So this campaign was really developed because we discovered that many sellers didn't fully understand the tools that Amazon offers to help with their business from a shipping perspective, advertising, or analytics. And the goal is that once we do educate them, they're able to scale. And so we didn't stop there. Now we have an entire organization dedicated to supporting existing and prospective sellers. We've built a full education ecosystem with dedicated social handles, a YouTube seller university training, and workshops. And we also have conferences around the globe now that brings sellers from all over the world and connects them with each other and Amazon leadership and our products that's created just for them. And so what this campaign did was, because we empowered sellers, it really strengthened the entire flywheel. Because better sellers mean better selection, and better selection means better customer experiences, which is, as always, our end goal. Now, let's talk about another white space opportunity that required both ownership and long-term thinking. Amazon luxury stores. How many of you really associate or think of Amazon when you think about luxury or high fashion or fashion even? Not a lot, right? But we saw an opportunity, and this is a long-term opportunity. We know we're not going to be a high fashion luxury brand overnight. That is never our goal. We noticed that the luxury customer, for one, is getting younger. We saw that 52% of luxury purchases are between the ages of 18 and 26 in 2024. And the luxury market is expected to grow to $2.5 trillion by 2030. And the US alone is projected to reach $526 billion. So with that, we developed an entirely different marketplace. If you go on Amazon, you can find Amazon luxury stores. It's a very different shopping experience, and that was the intention. We also launched with iconic fashion brands like Oscar de la Renta or Jonathan Cohen, who, these are the images that you see of a capsule collection that we launched specifically on luxury stores, which sold in about under an hour. And at the time, we also was looking at what our customers wanted, and so body positivity, and again, featuring creators with disabilities was really something that our customers really gravitated towards. So now, as we look at scaling this business, we're looking at what purchasing trends are like, and we are also moving towards featuring selection from pre-loved and sustainable fashion brands like HBX Archives and What Goes Around Comes Around. This is not a pitch for you to go buy something right now, but if you wanted to go take a look, you'll notice that it's very, very different from the core Amazon brand. So let's take a look at one of the launch videos. Okay, did that fit the luxury brand? That was the intention. Now let's apply this framework to another new marketplace, one built to capture an entirely new audience, Amazon Haul. We launched this marketplace about 9 months ago now, so it's very, very new. And if you go on the Amazon site, you'll see that it's still a beta version. And this came about because we identified that Gen Z and value-driven shoppers weren't fully engaging with Amazon's traditional experience. And so again, that was another white space opportunity for us. And the way we think about decision-making at Amazon is really about one-way and two-way doors. This approach, as you can see, one-way door is a decision you definitely cannot easily reverse, like launching a marketplace. You have to be all in with a very clear, precise vision. A two-way door is different. It's reversible. If it doesn't work, you can pivot really quickly. And that's where speed matters. And so luxury stores and Amazon Haul are both one-way door decisions that we made that were long-term commitments. But through this larger vision, we use two-way doors to test a variety of different components like merchandising, delivery, partnership, creative, et cetera. And the balance that we aim to achieve, that commitment to a long-term vision, but staying flexible on the execution, is really how we think about when we want to launch new ideas at Amazon. And it's also really how we build credibility with all of our different types of customers that we're consistently trying to cater to as well.
Say hello to crazy low prices from Amazon Haul. Everything is under $20 with unbelievable finds in fashion, beauty, home, and more. Delivered in 2 weeks or less. To shop Haul, search Haul in the Amazon app.
So as I shared, this is obviously a very different brand from the core Amazon brand as well. If you go on the site, it's got an endless scroll. There's live shopping. And when at time of launch, all the items were under $20. So the idea was that we are really trying to capture the Gen Z haul culture and what they're looking for from a marketplace. And the other piece to this is because this is still in beta, we're also really learning all the different ways that customers are shopping, where they're stopping, what kind of widgets on this site are they interacting with. So as you know, at Amazon, we get really deep, dive deep into data. And so we also use AI tools for scale and experimentation and personalization at Amazon. So we have things like Style Snap that lets customers upload photos and then find similar items. We have a lot of different machine learning that helps us understand all the different reviews from customers so we can really get the key takeaways and act quickly. It also helps improve fit and size recommendation, reducing returns. And then there's always Rufus, our new AI shopping assistant, who you've probably interacted with, that enables conversational discovery. So for us, while they might be efficiency tools in terms of understanding data and getting customers to act quickly, we're also looking to reinvent like everybody else and get our customers to discover more and more and shop. And like every other brand, our goal is simple. It's to make the shopping experience smoother for our customers, or seamless for our customers. And so these are the takeaways. So in closing, I will underscore this. Growth is rarely the result of one big bet. It's the compound effect of disciplined experiments anchored in customer obsession. As you know, that is really the fundamental foundation of Amazon. This is one of my favorite quotes. It's a very famous quote because at Amazon, failure is not the end. It's really a step toward refinement and invention. And so that's really what makes growth sustainable. And for me, working in this in-between space has been really, really rewarding. And I love connecting customer data or rather customer stories with hard data, because that's when you build some of the most important solutions. And launching 2 new marketplaces, various different campaigns that cater to different types of audiences has been a really fulfilling point in my career so far. So that's it. So thank you.
Well, I learned a lot about Amazon, I must say. I didn't know about the Amazon luxury stores. I love the fact that Amazon is focused on accessibility. Amazon Hall, not even my son's told me about that, so I may tell him about it. So really great, really insightful to know that Amazon's doing so many different things.
Yeah, we have everything. So.
All right, so with that, I do want to open up for any questions in the room. We have a couple. Let's wait for the microphones to run up. There's some in front here, by the way. Don't forget the front people.
Hi, my name's Bridget. Speaking on failure, first of all, I think we all learn from failure more than anything. I was one of the inaugural photographers on the Amazon restaurants. I don't know if you guys knew Amazon had a restaurants bit for a bit.
It's very possible, yes.
Yeah. So my question is, because it actually launched during COVID, which would have been an ideal time, how long does Amazon run a beta program? How long do you give it before you decide? Because now you've got Amazon Medical One, which my Gen Z daughter is super excited about. But how long do you run those programs before you decide that they're not going to follow through?
I don't have that answer. It really depends. Sometimes we don't shut down or sunset teams, and other times we pivot or merge those businesses into other parts of the company. So it really depends, and sometimes, you know, when Andy Jassy tells you to do something, you kind of do it. So it's really, yeah.
Questions up here in front?
Great presentation, and I am rocking my Amazon dress, not from the luxury store, but from the regular people's store. So question for you, I found the accessibility work that you did fascinating, and what you shared with us was more of a brand awareness campaign. Can you talk about some of the other tools that you might have integrated in that campaign to help your customers understand how the technology works and drive some of that adoption?
Sure. So yes, this was a brand awareness campaign because, as I shared, most individuals, one, didn't know they could use the devices together, and that is really one big opportunity for people with disabilities to make their lives easier. And then Amazon, as I shared, we have proprietary tools where we really track a lot of different actions. And so we have ways to track feature adoptions. We have ways to track who's bought an Alexa, who's transitioned to a new tool, the new version, et cetera. And so there's a lot of different ways that we're tracking to really understand who these individuals are and what they're doing and how they're adapting to our tools. And then we also look at, typical metrics like site visits, traffic, glance views, et cetera, as well. But we really track the actions people take.
Okay, any more? No more questions? Okay, we see the lights are super bright up here. Okay, well,
Great.
thank you so much. Let's give her a round of applause.